Bhakti, you see, this is a woman. I thought I didn't know her, but actually, this is
Japanese.
an old Japanese student who disappeared back into Holland. We don't see her very much. So when you first were there, I didn't recognize you.
Yes.
And I gave her the name Bhakti, you see, which is the Hindi word for devotion, yeah?
Yes.
So it's very nice that you're here today.
Yes. No, just I wanted to say, this is my treasure. Just today I came in last moment, and first 3 minutes, just silence with your words. Already, I noticed, and also you said like, allow yourself today more deeply go into inside, and that moment, I really recognized I'm always just in thoughts, so busy in the thoughts, and then also I don't notice normally, but just 3 minutes, then completely I'm more into myself, and the tears comes, and the words that you say is often I hear this same sentence words, but if you say that, it's really different. If I hear you are talking, then in just a short time, I really can go into my heart more inside. And this is, I appreciate so much. And I really recognized your energy, recognize, I don't know what is this. Yeah, like a mystery. Because it's the same words, but if you say so, and if I hear your words by you, then I can easily go into inside and completely different. And with not in the head, somehow I understand more just heart connection or go inside. Yeah, even if I sit by myself 1 hour, I cannot go this state. So it's amazing mystery, and I really appreciate this already. This is my treasure. Like, yeah, thank you so much. This is what I wanted to say.
Yeah, well, I mean, every word, Bhakti, is very beautiful, of course. You know, every word you just spoke is what every teacher would like to hear, you know? So this was like the most perfect talk you could possibly give to any teacher. And also, it's interesting for me that I had this kind of intuition today about moving more towards the devotional side, you could say, with this idea of starting the meetings with mantras. You know, we might not do this meditation every time. Maybe we'll finish with it. I'm not sure. Anyway, and then I didn't know who this strange-looking Japanese lady was, and I didn't recognize your name actually, because I know you as Bhakti, you know. Yes. And then you're Bhakti. So I gave you already probably 5 years ago, or maybe 7 years ago, I gave you the name Bhakti. Yeah. Yes. And of course, you're exactly the person to get this name. You see, I wasn't wrong to give you this name, because everything you've just said, not only does it touch me, but I'm sure many of the other people who are on the meeting today were also touched from what you said. So, you know, this is very, very beautiful. So after all those nice words, and now I need to be a bit tough on you. Okay? Now I'm not going to be nice. Because Bhakti, you came here some years ago. I don't know how many, 5, 6, 7 years ago. And everybody in our community likes you very much. Bhakti plays a wonderful piano. She's a very, very good piano player. And, you know, we all encourage you to get more involved in the community, you know, in the meetings, even to come and live with us. And your response to that was to disappear for many years. We didn't see you for many years. And I'm sure you've been having fun in your life and so on and so on. But you see, what you were just saying about the effect of having this contact with John David today, this is exactly why we were encouraging you to stay connected to us. You know, for example, I have a meeting which happens every 3 months. Many of the people today, they're part of that meeting who come to the community every 3 months, yeah, for a weekend. And I mean, of course, it takes some kind of priority to organize your life in a way that maybe every 3 months you don't work that weekend. But the 4 weekends is only 1% of all the weekends in the year. So if you would choose not to work for 1% of the weekends in the whole year, I think you would still be able to eat and, you know, drive your car and all these things, you see. So it's a kind of priority. And what makes me feel sad is that you have a great potential, you know. You tell us just now beautiful words, how you were touched from this, you know, 5 minutes you were so touched. So you have the potential inside, you know, you have a beautiful potential. And somehow I don't feel you really honor yourself. You don't really honor that potential you have. So in that way, I need to not be so nice to you right now.
I see. I think, yeah, like my priority was or is, I don't know which one, but like I have a problem about money, and I have desire. This is desire to want to be rich, little more, like because now I'm proud or I'm happy because now I can live by myself for the eating in Holland. It's a foreign country with only piano, but I cannot earn more than normal day life. Then I'm searching, you know, to have also money. And if I become rich, inside is rich, money will come. This is my idea, but so far it still doesn't come. I'm a bit kind of struggle. I mean, not struggle. Like I have desire, like I want to be rich inside, and then, you know, money. But if I go more there, I become much more poor. Then, you know, in this society.
I'm sorry, Bhakti, but now I have to be really tough on you because what you've just been talking is total bullshit. Total bullshit, you know? So that's why it doesn't work. You talk about being rich, you know? You don't become rich by having a lot of money. You know, if all these very rich billionaires and millionaires and I don't know, these kind of very businessman people who make a lot of money, they have banks full of money and, you know, gold bars in their toilet is made out of gold or something. So then these people would somehow be the people who you can say live a very satisfying life, you know, because they're very rich inside. But they're not rich inside. Most of those people, I would say, some of them, of course, are rich inside. Wait a minute, I've lost my earphone a minute.
Yes.
Okay. I'm getting so excited I lost my earphone. Okay. I need to really be tough on you now because everything you said is somehow wrong, you know? And so when you're following this wrong ideas, then of course it's not really working very well, you know? And for example, I mean, you don't have to live in our community, but if you had come here 5 years ago, right, and been living for 5 years in our community, then for sure you wouldn't have any money. Sorry, you know, but you would have eaten, you would have had somewhere to sleep, you would have had a little pocket money for your makeup or whatever. You would have had, you know, other essential things like your telephone and health insurance. Everything would be covered by working in the community. So you would have what you need for life, but nothing really extra. Yeah, you wouldn't have the money to go on a holiday back to Japan, for example, probably. But what you would have by 5 years' time, you would have had the chance to become rich inside, really rich inside, because you have completely the potential for that. I'm sure everybody who listened to you would have felt that immediately, how you're very close to having this every moment of your life, because those beautiful words you spoke is true. It's all true, you see. So if you can experience your own essence in those few minutes, you can experience your own essence every day of your life. And you're not doing that because in your mind, you've got this strong desire for, you say, for money. And this desire leads you into a certain lifestyle and certain thoughts. You said, for example, that you hadn't realized how busy your mind is. Every day, probably, it's very, very busy. So this kind of busy mind, which of course is very common in the society, this makes it impossible to have contact with your essential nature. It's almost a kind of scientific thing that when up in your head where the mind is, where this is constantly buzzing with thoughts, it creates a kind of electrostatic energy, which is like a kind of block. You could say it's like a block. It cuts the natural flow of the energy of existence that's running through your system, through your body, mind, energy system. Yeah. And so very mindy people can't really connect to their own essence. And if you're not able to connect your own essence, you can't be living in love and peace. It's simply not possible. You see. So this is very sad for me to experience, because I know already 5 or 6 years ago that you have this potential. And now, to be honest, I completely forgotten about you because you never visit us. I'm very happy that you've come today into this meeting. And I hope what I'm saying to you will give you a little shock, you know, and you won't sleep so well tonight. And I hope we'll see you again soon, you know. Come and play your piano. Come and play our piano.
Yes. Actually, when you are not there, I went there in winter, last winter, for the Vipassana weekend.
Oh, you came for that?
Yeah.
Oh, nice, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how was that weekend for you?
Bit torture.
Torture.
Kind of, yeah. Because I had an experience like a 10 days Vipassana in silence. That you express like not all the time, just we sleep just normally, you know. But all the time, 24 hours this weekend. That was for me first time experience. And then my ass was so painful, you know, and it was and that time I missed you so much because I thought you were there, but you are still in India. But even if so, I was so happy actually in the open sky house. And then I talked to, like, I forgot the new name, like I forgot Atma and Indira and everybody. And everybody. And I also I had a question a lot, and it was so nice.
So, darling, come and see us again. You know, don't leave it so long next time. Come, you know.
Yes.
everybody loves you very much, you know. And after what you just said, of course, John David, anyway, his love is even more than before, you know.
Mm, mm, mm,
And I think you have to respect that,
mm,
you know, what you spoke in the beginning is coming from your essence, you know. You were speaking from your essence. Tomorrow you can watch the archive, you know. Maybe now you can't, you're not so aware of what's happening, but tomorrow watch on the website. You can watch the archive. You can listen to your talking and listen to my reply, and you'll find it very interesting, I think, you see. Because when you first spoke, that was almost definitely coming from your essence, coming from your nature, deep inside, you know, because it was very beautiful what you were talking, you see. So you have the possibility to connect to your essence. And we'd love to have a Japanese living with us, you know. We'd love to have you.
But I have a question. You know, that time I felt like my, you know, true nature essence.
Yeah.
But as a human in this world, how do you think it is possible to be that connection 24 hours all the time? I think it is not possible because we also.
Well, I mean, in my own case, I can say that I have that connection most of the time. I can't say it's 24 hours because things happen, you know. Sometimes things happen and things get touched, and so it's not 24 hours probably. I'm not really counting the hours, but for sure, it's basically possible to live with what you experienced in this meeting most of the time. Most of the time. It can be the basis of your life, you know, the ground of your life. And that's possible for everybody. It's absolutely possible.
I see. I think at least I can be much more longer with this connection. Yeah.
Of course, of course. And you said yourself that you were quite surprised to realize how many thoughts you had in your mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when you wouldn't have all those thoughts, you know, you would have much more ability to connect to your essence.
Yeah.
It's
And
like
it's
like the sky, you know. If you look up at the sky is blue. Yeah. But actually in northern Europe, we don't see that blue because there's so many clouds. Yeah. Most days we have so many clouds, we can't see the blue sky. But then, for example, the last 2 or 3 weeks, there were no clouds. There was only blue sky every day. You see, those clouds are kind of a metaphor for your mind, for your thinking, for your ego, all the structures of your mind. And those structures act exactly like the clouds. And therefore, you're not in contact with the blue sky. And you're not really in contact with your own essence. But your essence is always there. It's always there, of course. The blue sky is always there.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay. Nice to talk to you. Yeah.
Nice to talk to you. Yes.
Yeah.